My audio-visual studios right here, and it's me and Chris. Also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You could be part of the conversation by joining us on WhatsApp, on X, where Nigeria Info FM. On our live stream, you can post your live comments. We start off, of course, with the big three stories because it's Thursday. We look at the big three stories, and then, of course, we move on to Outer Banks. Well, I'm talking about Global Review, and we'll be going to Niger Republic, where the government has, somewhat kicked away the French language and now adopted Hausa as their national language. And on the 5 o'clock hour, former member of the House of Representatives joins me as we talk about the terrorist-related killings across the country and what must be done. So without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us, but this is how we do it.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
This is Hard Facts.
Yes, it is, and it's coming to you live from our audiovisual studios here in Itmian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. My name is Maryann Okon, by the way, and these are the big three stories for today. Let's go into it, starting with the Punch newspaper. Labour Party splits into three factions as Apapa declares himself chair. Well, like the Labour Party didn't have enough trouble, yes? Well, the leadership tussle between the Julius Abure-led National Working Committee and the Nanadi Usman Caretaker Committee, backed by Governor Alex Otti and Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, took a dramatic turn yesterday following the return of the factional leader, Lamidi Apapa. Apapa, who had disappeared from the political circles in the past year, announced yesterday that he had taken over the leadership of the Labour Party following the release of the certified true copy from last Friday's Supreme Court judgment. Will there be a compromise or somewhat for the Labour Party for this problem to be over? Is there even an end in sight? Is this also gradually becoming like the PDP unending tussle? Well, you tell me when you call me. Let's move away from that and talk about something else. Well, good news. You might love this because Dangote, we hear, might sell crude might sell petrol, I beg your pardon, in Naira as federal government restores Naira-for-crude initiative. Well, in the Guardian newspaper, we're hearing that there is hope that Dangote refinery may sell petrol to Nigerians at a cheaper rate as the federal government has restored the Naira to crude and refined product sales in Naira. It's back. That's what it means. Now, when they provided update on the initiative, the Federal Ministry of Finance on its X handle yesterday said the technical subcommittee on the crude and refined product sales in Naira initiative convened, and an update meeting was held on Tuesday to review the progress and address the ongoing implementation matters. It also disclosed that the meeting was attended by the chairman of the implementation committee, the Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, the chairman of the technical subcommittee and executive chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zach Adedeji, and the chairman, financial officer and national officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Dakbo Shegun. What did you notice? Work with me. What did you notice? Anyway, are you excited about this news? And finally, let's talk about former President Muhammadu Buhari. In the Sun newspaper, Buhari urges APC governors to prioritize citizens in governance. Yes. He appreciates President Tinubu for renovating his Kaduna home. He has called for a focus on citizens in governance. He spoke during a meeting with the Progressive Governors Forum at his home in Kaduna. I'm not going to go too much into it, but by the way, he also said that is the same asset he went into government with that he's come out from government with. Now, a very learned gentleman and one very outspoken, Chidiodin Kalu, has said, and I quote, that Buhari should know that he's no longer in government and that it's okay for him to tell us if he stole money or not. Not my words, Chidi's words. That he can feel free to tell people about his assets. But anyway, people are going at him because he's telling the governors to focus on the people. What is wrong with former President Buhari's message to APC governors? Could it be that maybe the APC-led states are not focusing on the people, hence his message? Why are you killing the messenger while the message is being delivered? Anyway, join the conversation. These are the big stories that we're looking at today, and later on this segment, I will play you a clip from Dr. Oti, what he had to say about Abure, and I will hopefully be able to play you a clip from the Abure-led side on this whole imbroglio. But I will have this conversation full-fledged on Monday on Hard Facts. The numbers for you to call 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190 if you're a lady. You can join the conversation on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Join us via Skype if you're listening from outside of the country. My name is Maryann Okon. This is Hard Facts. By the way, here's the letter. I promised that I was going to bring the letter. We'll read it on the 4 o'clock hour. So we're going to have a great conversation. And then I'll hand it over to Joyce. All right, let's go. 60 seconds is all you have. Go straight to the point. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, you have a man on the line. I'm speaking to you from Ekwe.
Go ahead.
Buhari, a wonderful man. The man who cow, did not even multiply in 8 years. Somebody talks with the family planning. Me, I don't understand. If you are in power, do well for the people, because one day you are going to leave power and it's all going to be history. For Lamidi Apapa, one song they come my mind. Dry bones shall rise again. Dry bones shall rise again. Here was Apapa all this one. I want to advise Obi and his people to have a plan B. Because where we are going is obvious that the LP is targeted. And if they don't have a plan B, I don't trust our court and judiciary system. Those are my statements for now. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, Manuel, for calling. I do appreciate it. It's Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. These are the big stories for today. Well, we hear that Dangote may be selling crude cheaper because the Naira-for-crude deal is back online. It's the exciting news for you. But then the party, as if the Wahala is not enough. Lamidi Apapa has resurrected and is now saying, look, you know what? I'm now in charge of this party, QED. Is there an end in sight? I'd like to hear from you. Join the conversation. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ambrose. I live in Mowe.
Hi, Ambrose. Go ahead, please.
Maryann, you see this Labour Party, I'm Barrister Monday Onyekachubani. He's put a listing on his page where he said that sometimes the Supreme Court is also part of the problem by what he's saying. The Supreme Court should always come out very clearly when they want to give judgment. And I think it is the kind of judgment they have given that is making 3 factions. But beyond that, let me tell you something. The faction of Peter Obi will eventually break away and, form their own party. Don't forget that before 2023, Obi did not plan, so he had to join Labour Party. That's the problem. And more, I also want you to also know that you heard what Ahmed Deti Yusuf said. When I don't want to quote the figure, but he quoted the figure, and I agree with him. For the 2023 election. So our hands are crossed, but I can tell you ultimately, Peter Obi and all the people that met at Abia, they would definitely, break away and form their own political party.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ambrose, for calling. Maybe it's a bit too early to make that call. I don't know. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm from Nigeria.
Okay.
Earlier in the morning when Kofi brought the decision about Buhari, I didn't want to call. It's laughable. Buhari is now advising APC governors to carry Nigeria's welfare before their personal interest. It's laughable. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling. That's it? Really? Anyway, the female line is 0201 465 7190. The gentleman call 0201 277 0993. On WhatsApp, it's 08095975805. I've got 5 minutes on the clock. I'll quickly take your thoughts before we go on our first break. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maria.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Jude calling from Badagry.
Go ahead.
Concerning what our president said, Miriam, it's a shame.
Sorry, our president is President Tinubu.
It's a very shame. How come?
Sorry, our president is President Tinubu. I'm trying to correct you. It's a former president.
Our ex-president, former president, Concerning what you said, that he came with, let's say, what he had on ground, he left with it without multiplying whatever he had before he came into power. That is why all our infrastructures, he did not do anything. What we need a visionary leader. Someone who can predict what future will bring. That statement disqualified him as a leader. We don't need such a person, to manage our affairs.
Okay.
So it's unfortunate.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you for calling. Uzoma is calling us from Ikoton. Hello, Uzoma.
Hello, good afternoon, Mary Ann.
How are you,
God bless you for a good job.
Great.
Mary Ann, you can agree with me that before 2023, Peter Obi and this Labour this thing party, you know that nobody knew about this Labour party. It's because of Peter Obi that made us to know about.
But you know, you can't say that nobody knew Labour Party. We've always known the Labour Party.
That it's not popular now. Did you know about them? Apart from Obi when he, alighted.
I have always known about the Labour Party. That's why I'm saying you can't say nobody knew about them.
Okay. Like me, it was not popular as it is today. That's what I'm saying. My point I'm making.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But if I would advise Obi, I would since this Labour problem is becoming too much. Mr. Apapa from nowhere emerges a chairman. This one says he's a chairman. Let Peter Obi quietly and Oti quietly leave that party to them, so that they will continue to fight themselves. I know that you see the gladiators who have destroyed PDP that are on this one now because of Peter Obi. But nevertheless, let Peter, if I should advise him, let Peter Obi and Oti leave this Labour Party and look for what else to do. Thank you, my darling. All
right. Thank you very much, Uzoma, for calling. I do appreciate it. I'm going to take a few more calls. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Miriam. This is Masude calling you from Idu.
Masude, go ahead, please.
Yeah, let me commend the federal government for putting their vehicle to the rise for the new for the cruise to Naira.
Okay.
I love that, and thank him so much for doing that. And this former president, his advice is good. If those ones can follow the suit, love people more than the way they love themselves, it's a good advice. We're going to cascade that. And in fact, I love these Niger people that kill the French language. Kill and pata. Even Nigeria can kill English. I would be happy then we'll get our own language to use. I thank Niger for doing that.
Well, that's not a topic for now, but thank you very much for calling. I can take one quick call and then we go on a break. 60 seconds is all you have. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
Go ahead.
Now, let me remind Buhari that in 3 years and 10 months,
Buhari spent 1 year and 39 days abroad. Was that taking care of the masses? Did he carry the masses on his heart? Buhari should remind me that he came to take care of himself.
He was not a governor. He's talking to governors to prioritize their citizens. What's the problem?
The governor to do what he himself did not do, and saying that what he came with is what he left with. Can he surrender his nephews, his cousins for investigation? But those ones that he said they are living in Niger Republic, bring them here, let us investigate them. Whether any of them has a bogus bank account that cannot account for. So I will know whether his hands have not spread to those people.
Okay.
Buhari should stop that. I should stop that.
Okay. Thank you, Peter. We've got to go on a break, Lagos. When we come back, we're still taking your thoughts and comments on the big stories for us today on Hard Fact. I am Maryann Okon. We'll be right.
This is Hard Facts.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This Easter, bring the whole family and escape to paradise at Ziba Beach Resort. Sun, sand, and unforgettable moments await. Enjoy Easter egg hunts, beach games, family activities, and movies under the stars. Plus delicious feast and endless seaside fun. Call 0704 7300 013 or visit www.zibabeachresort.com. Ziba Beach Resort, where every holiday feels like paradise.
Did you know that micro, small, and medium enterprises account for 96% of Nigeria's businesses and contribute to about half of the country's GDP? They also provide around 84% of all employment in the country. Want to know more? Join us on Board Street Drive, our new business show, 2:30 p.m. Mondays on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. Let's talk.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Let's take you on a journey up the stairs, the corporate ladder of success.
So apprenticeship system continue to create every 7 years champion.
What's your vision for your company? What's your vision for your product? When you hire people, don't tell them the strategy, tell them the vision.
Whether you're in tech, finance, healthcare, or any industry, the rules of climbing the ladder has changed. What does it take to reach new heights in your career today? Let's explore the cutting-edge skills and mindsets required for success in this rapidly evolving landscape. We'll hear from industry leaders and futurists who are redefining what it means to ascend the corporate ladder.
You must get to a place of self-actualization and self-understanding that allows you to then define what is important to you.
They'll share their insights on essential skills like adaptability, emotional intelligence, and digital literacy. Plus, we'll uncover the importance of networking in an age where connections are just a click away. That's right, it's not just about the title or the corner office anymore. It's about being agile and forward-thinking. We'll also dive into the power of mentorship and how leveraging on your network can help you navigate the complexity of your career path. So, whether you're just starting out or looking to pivot into a new role, get ready to take notes. Join us as we explore the strategies that will help you climb the stairs to success. Don't miss out on this essential discussion on Hard Facts every last Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. Let's elevate your career together.
Are you curious about what's happening in the world of politics beyond your borders? Tune into Global Review as we bring you the latest political stories from across the globe.
Many Palestinians, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, are forced off their land by that conflict. So one starting fact is 5.9 million Palestinians are refugees.
But what we don't realize is that what's happening in the Congo is happening in your backyard as well. 6 million people, over 6 million people have died in the Congo because it's the same conflict, right? In the DRC, we have militia groups, we have neighborhood trees, but why are they fighting? People die is to get control of our resources.
Join me, Maryann Okon, as we dive deep into the most pressing issues, uncovering the truth and analyzing the impact on a global scale. From the corridors of power in Washington to the bustling streets of Accra, we've got you covered. We'll take you on a journey through different political systems, exploring the challenges and triumphs of the nations near and far. Hear from world leaders, experts, newsmakers, and everyday citizens as they share their perspective, providing a comprehensive overview of the political landscape. Tune in every Thursday, 4 to 5 p.m. on Hard Facts to be a part of the global conversation on 99.3 Nigeria Info. All right, 99.3 Nigeria Info. 30 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. We're still looking at the big three stories for today. In case you're just joining us, Labour Party has not just split into two, but three different factions. Lamidi Apapa, Julius Abure, and the Nenadi Usman faction. Is there an end in sight, or is this just another rabbit hole like that of the PDP? I did say I was going to play you something that the Abia State governor said during their recent meeting. I'm going to try to play you. I think that video is courtesy of Channels because they covered that event somewhere in Transcorp Hotel in the FCT. I'd like to play it for you while we're having this conversation, but don't forget we're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. This Labour Party Wahala, let me put it that way. This Labour Party imbroglio, is there an end in sight? There are people who, I think Robert had called to say, oh, if Obi had spoken about this and, it would have ended. Would it? I want you to listen to Alex Oti, Dr. Alex Oti, His Excellency, and then I will play you a clip, hopefully, from the Abure faction. I haven't gotten anything from the Lamidi faction, but maybe it will help you to make sense of it because I think it's a very complex issue. But take a listen, and then, of course, it will inform your commentary. Okay, so let me play you that video. Okay, here it goes. It's courtesy of Channels Television.
I sat with Mr. Abure last year, and I asked him, I said, what do you really want? And he said he didn't want anything. I said, okay, I can speak to my leaders, and you can become a BOT chairman. I offer that with their approval. Or if you want to still lead this party, let's go through the process. Go and purchase a form when the process starts, and if you win, you return as chairman. But I also gave him some pieces of advice. I said, if I were you, I wouldn't want to lead people who wouldn't want me to lead them.
Zero two zero 277 That's the number for you to call. 0201-465-7190 for the ladies. On Skype, we're Nigeria Info FM, and we're live on Facebook and on YouTube. What are your thoughts on the big three stories for today? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Uche Oj. I'm calling from Obanikro.
Okay.
Well, we've been following the development with regards to the Labour Party issue. And the decision of the Supreme Court is a public knowledge. But you tend to be painting a very different picture. I just listening to the caption you played about OT. Is that the only caption that you feel you should air out to the public?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think you already have a bias. If you were listening to the show, I said I would play you two audios. One from Abure's person and then the one from Alex Oti. But of course, you have your mind made up already, and you came to attack me, so it's okay.
No. You're getting it wrong.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
You're getting it wrong.
It's okay. I'm
You're
not going
getting
to
it
argue
wrong
with you.
because I believe as a media professional like you are.
Oh God, did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said?
No, don't say I have made up my mind before calling.
Did you hear
there is a
what I
position by
just
the Supreme
said?
Court of Nigeria.
Oh my goodness.
And I believe that you should subscribe to the position of the Supreme Court of Nigeria.
Are you a
and
lawyer?
not this idea of trying to tell us that there are
Bye. Please pay attention when I talk, okay? I'm just not speaking English. I said the party has split 3 ways, but I do not have any speech and audio from the Apapa, faction, but I have something from the Julius Abure and that's of Alex Oti, and I just played you Alex's. I'm definitely going to play you the Abure one, but I don't have. And you're telling me that whatever the Supreme Court has said, both factions have argued differently. With a certified true copy, we need lawyers to analyze it. Again, Abure is claiming that the court has made him the winner. He's now the leader of the party. Apapa has also come out to say, because of the CTC, he's now the leader of the party. Oti and his group with Nenadi Usman are also saying that this is what the CTC is saying. What do you mean by as a media? Well, sir, please shove it. Don't do that. Nobody's taking sides, but you're not paying attention, are you? Hello. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Go ahead, please.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
When will Nigeria stop loving their enemies? What is Buhari saying? If this country, the country where it's supposed to work the way they work, this Buhari is supposed to go to prison the second time. All this wahala way they happen for Nigeria now, Buhari get hand this side. What is he saying? I didn't blame him at all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I wanted to ask, why do you think that Buhari get hand inside? I'm speaking English and pidgin. Okay. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Felix. I'm calling from VI.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, concerning the Labour Party and Obi issue, I think before, there was a woman that was trying to, maybe you didn't get her.
That's Nenadi Usman. Nenadi Usman.
The woman that I called in not quite long that said maybe nobody knows about Labour Party. Yeah, it was. I know I'm from Ondo State. Then Ondo State produced Labour Party. Governor. That's a Mimiko.
Yes, back in the day. Yes.
Here, apart from Mimiko, I don't think they had any other thing. So it was really Peter Obi that makes the Labour Party popular again. Now make it known to everybody. So now the way they are doing, I will advise Peter Obi and maybe Oti. They just leave the party. If is that the way they want it, they just go down. Maybe go and liaise with another people and move on, because the problem, I don't think it's going to solve now. Apapa is there, Labour Obi group is there, Apuro is there. I think they have serious problem, and with this one, I don't think they are ready for the next election. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we're taking your thoughts and comments. I'm still trying to get you the video. I will play you that. But I wish that the Apapa faction also did an interview so that we can play. But don't forget, all of these 3 factions are they're laying claims to this same CTC. That's the certified true copy of the judgment from the court. Hence, I said on Monday, we're going to have lawyers from both sides. Maybe now 3 sides. Wow. And that's why I asked the question, could the Labour Party be going down that same rabbit hole with the PDP? Where's the opposition going to come from in 2027? 0201-277-0993. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann. How are you doing?
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Naira-for-crude is my name, from Alimosho.
Yeah.
Well, according to words of Dr. Oti to Abure, why are you forcing yourself on the people who don't want you to be their leaders?
But that's relative. Did you see the Apapa faction also doing their meeting, that he had supporters. So can you really say that there are people who don't want him to lead them rather?
Well, I'm not in their midst to decide what's going to happen. Let's fix our fingers crossed and see how it goes.
Okay. All right.
That's all I can say for now. That's my take.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. It's a very complicated issue, if you ask me. Everybody laying claim to the same thing. And yet you want me to take sides. No. Hello.
Hello, Maryann.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, this is Femi from Ojo.
Go ahead.
I think the crisis in Labour Party, I think one of those factions is being sponsored by this our willing party just to destabilize the Labour Party. I think Labour Party is one of the threats they presume in the 2027 coming election. Understand? So I think one of those factions is being sponsored by this our ruling party. I don't want to mention the name.
But if the APC is sponsoring one faction, so what the other faction that's also giving problems? I mean, who are you going to give? Who are you going to blame?
Hold on. The other faction, you understand, which is Peter Obi and one of the other two factions. You understand? I think they are just playing tic-tac between both of them. You understand? Yes, that's it. But one of those factions is supported by just to destabilize the party so that there won't be a threat to them in 2027 election. That's just what I'm just thinking.
All right.
You understand?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So here is the spokesperson for the Abure-led faction. I really wish I had Apapa. But here's what he said yesterday on Channels Television. Briefly.
Remember that court said that he has no jurisdiction to even entertain leadership issue in the political party. But now went ahead to say that.
Don't let us come to the Supreme Court.
No, I'm talking about the Court of Appeal.
The Court of Appeal,
yes. The Court of Appeal said clearly that he has no jurisdiction to pronounce anybody as national chairman of a political party. He now went ahead to say, but there is a judgment of this court that already settled that matter. What the Supreme Court said is that Court of Appeal shouldn't have made reference to that judgment. You should have let that judgment as it is. Not that that judgment was wrong. Not that that judgment that declared that by which Abure was admitted by all the parties as national chairman. The Supreme Court did not say that judgment was wrong. The Supreme Court only said that because in this case, the court has no jurisdiction to delve into the leadership matter. And the court already said that it did not have that jurisdiction. That the court shouldn't have made reference, shouldn't have made any finding based on an earlier decision.
Those are the inferences. The rest, which is the court, the Supreme Court is standing on right here, is that Mr. Abure, that has been recognized by the judgment of the Court of Appeal, that judgment has been set aside. Anything that is contained in that judgment, as far as the law of Nigeria is concerned, is nullity.
The Supreme Court said that the suit in the trial court, and also that appeal, the Supreme Court struck out. So, the only thing that the Supreme Court set aside was that reference to an earlier judgment, in which the court said that for clarity, that the leadership of the Labour Party is as in the judgment of this court that was decided on 13th November 2024, in which one Barrister Abure was admitted as the national chairman. The Supreme Court said that court shouldn't have made that reference.
So no matter what the inference...
Not that earlier judgment was wrong.
Yeah, but the fact remains that it has been struck out.
Okay, so the argument is continuous. Everybody's laying claim to that same judgment. Julius Abure, Mr. Apapa, and Nenadi Usman. Is there an end in sight? Let's talk. 0201-277-0993. 60 seconds is all you have. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chris calling from Ikoyi.
Go ahead.
Former President Muhammadu Buhari Oh my God. God is so merciful. Look at who is advising governors. We know what Nigerians went through during Buhari 8 years. Today is coming out to talk. And we should clap for him. Oh, bravo. Buhari said the truth. Gosh. For Labour Party, like I said to Kofi, I don't, if not for your job, I for Simona let go of whatever Labour Party is doing. But because of your job, you had to do your work, and people are doing jobs. If Obi could have been patient with Atiku, I said it, Atiku will use 4 years. Hand over to Obi. But no, everybody just want to, in a hurry, you want to jump, be president. Look at where he landed himself now. You don't have independent candidate. If we have independent candidate, then he run as a solo candidate. Okay. Then all these obedient everybody will run up. We'll go with him.
Thank you, Chris, for calling.
But now we are not blaming Abure, blaming Alamadi
Apata. Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. 60 seconds is all we have. Hello.
Hi, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mrs. Ogoli calling from Ikorodu.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I'm just confused. Like, what exactly is the issue? That we can't even put the interest of the citizens of Nigeria at heart first. Just say, I want to come and give these people a good country to thrive or to live in. And everybody's just doing this and that, looking for their own selfish interests. What exactly is it? So this, when I heard somebody speaking up for the late president's comment that what he has said, what has he said that is wrong? Well,
he's not late, though. Did you kill the former president? How would you say late president? Mrs. Oguli.
Sorry, the ex-president.
Ha.
Maryann, what he said is good, though. But the issue is, what happens to all these political people in positions that when they are in there, they don't do the right thing. And then they come out to write books and give nuggets or didactic lessons and wisdom. What happened when they were there?
Okay.
They could not do anything to change anything. And then for very soon now, President Tinubu too, when he's gone or when he leaves that seat to now come and tell us again what you people should have done. What are you doing?
Thank you, Mr. Zoboli, for calling.
Put your quota. Please don't give anybody.
Thank you for calling. All right, I need to read messages. On Facebook Live, Emeka Okpara says, Labour Party and PDP are going to be in this mess till 2027 comes and goes. That is the strategy. If you doubt me, ask the Supreme Court. Very funny. I see what you did there. Oyeledun Lakus here says, yes, I'm excited that Dangote will be buying crude for Naira. Okay, someone's excited. On WhatsApp, let's go to WhatsApp. We've got loads of messages on WhatsApp. I'm going to try to run through all of them. This one says, how much is cheaper? Let me not hear 900 do. Why did they have to wait for the initial agreement? Why did they have to wait for the initial agreement to expire before initiating a new one? I just tired for these people. It's like some people are just there to sabotage any good that the masses are enjoying. Lucky for me, Lukweju. Yami from Murakonla says, on Dangote's Naira-for-crude, I hope a liter of fuel will come down 700 Naira per liter. They should stop playing games with our emotions. On Labour Party, I will advise Mr. Peter Obi and his faction to immediately leave the LP. APC is doing everything possible to crash that party. Who controls the Supreme Court? She's asking. All of you that are asking me, am I an officer of the court? Larry here says, is it not better for this... Larry, I'm not going to read this message. I'm not going to read that part of your message, but he says, is it not better for this man to keep quiet and stop ridiculing himself with all sorts of comments? When he was in the saddle for 8 years, what did he do? He said, I beg you. This one says, if Peter Obi likes himself, he should simply leave the party and look for a viable alternative or his presidential ambition. Lamidi Apapa and Abure are elements planted in the Labour Party to frustrate his presidential ambition. John Innocent. This one says, the problem is in the Labour Party is a test for Peter Obi's leadership skills. If you want to run a country of 200 million bad people, you should be able to manage a party of 1,000 people. Tinubu has been able to do this with APC without even being a party chairman. Atiku has failed to do this in the PDP and will fail a bigger challenge called Nigeria. Okay, thank you. This one says, Maryann, please, someone should tell Buhari that his 8 years nepotistic rulership is nothing but corruption. Those his nephews and cronies that occupied every office have stolen so much that they can extend to him anytime he wants money. So what do you call that? Godfrey from Surulere. Were you there? Can you name these cousins? Namdi from Ikbaja here says, Maryann, Apapa and the likes are people who want to reap where they didn't sow. Labour Party was not popular until Peter Obi came and brought the party to limelight. Like one of the callers said, I'm sure Peter Obi has an alternative plan. Okay. You're sure or you think? Okay. Robert says, I heard Peter Obi say yesterday that he would not leave the Labour Party. I don't believe Nigerian politicians. I don't believe Obi either. He was with Abga. He said more than what he uttered yesterday, but later left and joined the PDP. Most Nigerian politicians do not have truth in their mouth. They only want to sympathize. They only want us to sympathize with them, for them to acquire our votes during election. Ayo here says, Dangote reducing price will not make much difference. We're waiting for the 400 naira per litre. Peter Obi, Abure, Akpata, Labour are all dividing the opposition more. Flying alone will divide the vote, I beg your pardon, and entrench Maryann Okon for the second term. Buhari is not different from every of our politicians and that know what to do. Okay, once they are no longer at the saddle, I'm sure you mean in the saddle. He says, who will save Nigeria? Okay, this one says, Adewale from Shagamu, there is no doubt about the fact that Labour Party will never settle till 2027 because none of them is ready to sacrifice the pride and ego. And to you, try and be reading the messages as we have been lovers of Nigeria. Shebi, I'm reading the message now. Ayo, or Mr. Adeleye. You don't want me to finish reading the message. Anyway, he says, because he says, well, we've been lovers of Nigeria Info since 2012. Thank you for being lovers of Nigeria Info. He says, our calls are not getting through easily, and we have to rely on messaging to enjoy our darling station from Ogun State. Thank you very much. But you know, I can't read everybody's message, unfortunately. This one's from Muiwa. He says, I don't see anything wrong with Buhari's call on the APC governors to carry their people along and give them real dividends of democracy. He might not do much when he was in government. What is wrong in advising them to not to make the same mistakes he made? Was it a mistake? Mistake? Sir, where do you live? We're coming to fight you. Anyway, for the crisis in the Labour Party, that party is just a vehicle for politicians like Peter Obi to achieve their political ambition. Otherwise, what stopped Obi from staying back in PDP back then and fight whatever perceived injustice that allegedly sidelined him? Now, where will he go from here? Very good question, you know. For those who are saying he should go, where should he go? Because where? Any suggestions where Peter Obi can go with his 6 million plus followers? Joy Forever here on X says, Buhari just realized that people matters now. After his misrule of 8 years, destroying lives, Dangote and the NNPCL are just using us to play kalu. They will increase with higher amounts, but reduce with smaller amounts. LP is SPV for Tinubu next elections. Next elections now will fly ethnic flags. Okay. All right, someone here says it's high time that official DSS gets these political bandits arrested for contempt of court process. The Supreme Court judgment is sacrosanct. Abure and his jokers should be behind bars by now. So DSS. Someone here says, Maryann, in the same climb, Buhari would have been cooling off his sides in prison for the trauma he caused millions of Nigerians. For the international community to neglect him, should have sent a message to him, but he wants to claim importance here. Oga rest. Jimmy Lomack, thank you. He actually said Oga rest. It wasn't me. I'm not gonna hear on X says, Maryann, Buhari urges APC governors. The statement in itself is so wrong, coming from the past failed government, from one past failed government to another current failed government. It's better he stays silent because anything he says now is like salt in our collective open wounds. Wow, you guys are so salty right now. Where's that person that said that? He said that what's wrong, but really, what is wrong in him advising? But we want to know where you live, sir. We just want to come and greet you. I do not have any more time. I can read just one more message. Someone says, this is Emmanuel from Maryland, Lagos State. Why is Buhari always like this? When he declared assets in 2015, he had 27 cows. After 4 years, the figures did not change. Upon leaving the seat, the figures did not change. Not one died. Not one gave birth to new one. In 8 years, that man must be very wonderful. You know, they tired to lie. He's at it again. We've got to go on the 4 o'clock hour. My strange love letter from a listener. I'm going to read it. And then, of course, don't forget, we're going to Niger to talk about the fact that Niger has changed from French to Hausa. We'll talk about that on Global Review. On the 5 o'clock hour, we're talking about the terrorist-related killings across the country. A former member of the House of Reps will be joining us to have that conversation. You don't want to go anywhere. Stay with us. 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? And step right up. It's time for more. Register now and take your stand. Your time to shine is now at hand.
Registration is ongoing on www.nigeriainfo.fm.
And Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Take you on a journey up the stairs, the corporate ladder of success.
So apprenticeship system continue to create every 7 years champion.
What's your vision for your company? What's your vision for your product? When you hire people, don't tell them the strategy, tell them the vision.
Whether you're in tech, finance, healthcare, or any industry, the rules of climbing the ladder has changed. What does it take to reach new heights in your career today? Let's explore.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.